Hi, my name is Jill. I'm a recipe writer, tester, and stylist for the New York Times Magazine, and I do all my cooking in my tiny New York City kitchen. In this week's New York Times Magazine, Christine Mulkey writes about Nature's Harmony Farm outside of Alberton, Georgia. In this article, she features a recipe called chicken bog. It's a braised chicken dish served over rice. It's adapted from 5 and 10 restaurant in Athens, Georgia, and it's really delicious. So I'm going to start, this recipe actually is chicken bog, but instead 5 and 10 is you decided to do risotto. And because risotto can often stump people, we're going to show you how to make the risotto, and I'm going to quickly whip up the braised chicken so you can follow me along. And that is all you have to do. It's really simple. I'm like exhausted. We're going to now make our risotto. Risotto sometimes scares people, and there's no reason to be scared by it because it is one of the easiest dishes to make. It does require one of these, a wooden spoon, and constant stirring. But the key is to get good ingredients because there are so few. Now, risotto rices, there are about 3 Italian-style risotto rices. There's Arborio, Carnaroli, and Vialone Nano. I personally love the Carnaroli because I feel like it's a little more forgiving. So let me just show you what we're going to work with today. We're working with a different kind of rice called Carolina Gold rice grits. Carolina Gold rice was brought over from Madagascar in the 1600s to Charleston, South Carolina. This kind of rice was very delicate and it would break often. So all these little pieces, people that worked on the farm would use as, what's the word I'm looking for? Leftovers? They would use those and cook them for themselves, and all the other perfect looking rice grains would go off and be shipped elsewhere for a lot of money. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this chicken stock and heat it up. You don't want that chicken stock to be cold, otherwise it'll seize the rice grains every time and kind of slow down progress. And it's heating up and it's on very low heat. Next thing we're going to do is get our mise en place, meaning we're going to get everything ready because risotto is one of those dishes you have to start and then you have to keep stirring, and you can't be doing other stuff while you're stirring. You really have to watch it and sort of babysit it. So we're going to get all our mise en place together. We have our 1 cup Carolina Gold rice grits, a 1/2 cup of leek, and you'll notice it's really, really dirty. These are so dirty. So I'm going to rinse this, and we only need a 1/2 cup, finely chopped. That's about right. Okay, got these 2 are ready, and then we need a 1/2 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano, and start grating. This takes a little while. Next, 1/2 cup of white wine. I would use one you want to drink because you're going to have to drink it after you have all this left over. 4 tablespoons, that's about 4 tablespoons, butter, and the stock. Warmed, 3.5 to 4 cups, about a quart. I mean, look at how simple these ingredients are. I kind of get excited when I'm talking about risotto because it's so simple and it's so satisfying, and you can add so many different things to it at the end to make quite a meal. So let's get started. It's one of those tasks that takes 25 to 30 minutes of just stirring, so I'm going to be hovered over by the stove for a while. But I don't think that's a real problem because when I have house guests over, they always tend to gather around the kitchen anyways. So you might as well have some cocktail time while you stir your risotto. Get in here. Come on. Now we're all here in the kitchen. Perfect. Some people have glasses of wine in their hands. I'm the cook, so I'm going to refrain for a little while, but we're going to cut 2 tablespoons of butter and put those in our saucepan. Excuse me? Could you pass me that spoon right there? Thank you. All right, we're going to add our leeks now and just stir them. And you're going to cook them for about 3 minutes until they just start to turn translucent, so they're see-through. This is the beginning of the stirring. The leeks are going to leak out a lot of flavor. Leeks are going to leak out, get it? Really flavorful. We're going to add a cup of Carolina Gold rice grits. And you're just going to toast them. Literally coat them in the oils or the fat. At this point, we're ready to add our wine. If you were doing a different kind of risotto, you could add red wine. And you're going to let a lot of this wine burn off, all of it burn off. You can already see sort of the creamy texture here that these rice kernels are giving off. They've got a lot of starch in them, way more starch than your typical long-grained rice. And then at this point, it's so simple. All you're going to do is just keep adding a 1/2 cup of this broth. 1/2 cup at a time and stir it. And you're going to want to lower the heat medium low. And after that reduces, we're going to add another half of a cup. So this is about when you want to add some more of the broth. Another half cup, stir it again. It's really difficult, isn't it? This is going to take about 20 to 25 minutes. And then at that point, we're going to start tasting and seeing how the kernels taste. Hey Dad, it's Jill. Cooking risotto. I won't let it get too dry. Nope. It should be a side dish? Why should it be a side dish? Alright, well I love you, Dad. I'll call you later after we're done. Oh, now my mom wants to talk. Hi, Mom. You just really have to taste to know when it's right. It's like the same way you do it with pasta. You just start to taste when you think it's about done. See how creamy it is and how the rice is kind of puffed up? It's really important to stir a lot because it's almost done and you don't want it to get clumpy. Get those starches to kind of release. Okay, at this point I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese and then the butter. 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, that looks really great. It's done. A little more salt, a little pepper. Done. All right, it's time to eat it. We have to eat this quickly. So, everybody sit down. Sit. Ah! Oh, here. And this is our chicken bob. Looks so good. I'm hungry. God, I always make such a mess. I'm convinced that they only put a half a cup of wine in this risotto recipe so that you can drink the rest. It does take a little bit of attention, but it's not hard.